We did it. We got through the week. I see so many of you are already on here and you are wishing each other a wonderful weekend, morning, Friday. Good morning, Sock. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Joanna. I see Paige. Hello, happy Friday. TGIF, Joanna. You are so right. Today's mug of the day is B, brought to you by the letter B. I tell you what, Wyoming Wells, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. I'm so thankful we made it. What a week, right? We're just a couple minutes late because I was just chit-chatting with Nicki Pascerella. We're talking about our big weeks and afternoons. We'll be talking more about that probably soon. Good morning. And oh my gosh, everybody's coming on. This is wonderful. Good morning, Kamal. So great to see everybody today. I want to bring her on before we do much else because I'm just so excited to talk to Nicki Pascerella this morning, fabulous historical romance author. Really quickly before I do, I just want to acknowledge two fabulous people that just became channel members. So grateful to Stacy Hoffman, who just became a Beloved reader this week. Thank you so much, Stacy. So excited to have you on. Hope you enjoy all the extra perks. And as well as Epilogues by Ijatu just joined my channel, which thank you so much. She's a queen bee, which means she might be joining us if she feels like it, the members only live stream on Sunday. So that's going to be really fun. We look forward to seeing more and enjoying all the perks. So I just wanted to thank both of them for coming on and supporting my channel. Thank you so, so much. But now, without further ado, I want to bring on the fabulous Nicki Pascerella. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here on this cold Friday.
Isn't that the truth? Yes. I think just about everybody has been talking about how cold it is. I tell you what. And I love to tell everybody when I have someone new on how this person came into my orbit. How am I so lucky to know of this person and to be honored by the fact that you're my first ever guest on my morning show. So thank you so much. We're so honored that you're here. So talking about how I first discovered you, I'm like Christopher Columbus discovering people that already have been around. People on Instagram go on and on about you and your writing. I mean, people were going crazy. I saw so many wrap-ups that were like 5-star, best books, Nicki Pascerella, Nicki Pascerella. I'm like, who is this Nicki Pascerella? I need to know. I need to know. And then who responded but Nicki Pascerella. I was like, oh my gosh. Long story short, too late, right? I have gotten a couple of your books and I need to show everybody because let me tell you something. People are going to really appreciate this. This is one of her books, The Earl Kisses a Thief. It's one of the Eatons of Trent. This cover, some of us have already, I mean, everything, the dress, the stained glass in the back, the pose, the everything. Guess what though, guys? You're gonna go crazy. And I'm gonna let you talk in a minute, Nicki, I promise. I'm just gushing.
I like listening. Go ahead.
I can't help myself. Look at this, guys. Look what Nicki did herself. She created a step back. I know. This is gorgeous. I'm even more in love with the pose here. I just love it so much. Let's look at another one, and then I'm really going to let you talk, I promise. This is another, also from the Eatons of Trent. The Captain Claims His Temptress. I'm, again, loving this cutesy pose here. We've got the scarf. She's pulling him along. Makes me want to know everything about this book, this series, everything. And then we have another gorgeous step back. I'm so in awe. Tell us, you mentioned to me a little bit about how you did this. How did you do this? Because these aren't being made much anymore. We're just so excited.
Yeah. So I love Instagram. I have to say, I'm a reader first. So, so I got on there and talking about books and making book friends. And then I just love the whole community. And I saw all the Step Back Saturday posts. And this was before I had actually written any historical romance because I started in women's fiction. Humorous women's fiction and contemporary. And I was like, oh my God. And I loved historical romance. Like I ate it up. I've been reading it since I was a teenager and loving it. And so I was like, these step backs, oh my gosh. And I just fell in love with them. And I was like, I want to write historical romance and have step backs. So, and at the time I was with a small independent publishing house, and I wrote to the president and I was like, we have got to do step backs. Like, step backs will sell our books. Like, I'm telling you, there is a community out there that is so excited to bring these back. And she was like, no, we can't. So, so long story short, I was like, well, then I think I might have to independently publish and learn Photoshop. So I have to be, and I am not an expert in Photoshop. Like, I have to tell you, it's a joke with my family because I sit on the couch and I am always in the corner of the couch writing. Like, I have my desk and I have but I'm always sitting in the corner of the couch with my laptop, and I'm always like hunched over it, and I'm doing Photoshop on my laptop, and I can't get things right. And one minute it works and the next minute it doesn't. But I happen to be lucky enough. Those two covers that you're looking at were actually designed by my cover designer. So I did the step backs, but my cover designer did those covers. Diana Carlisle, she's amazing. So I have two amazing friends who are both graphic artists. Diana, my cover designer, being one, and another one, Cayenne Waters, who's an amazing contemporary writer. Well, they started giving me lessons in Photoshop. So my cover designer was so awesome that she started teaching me how to do Photoshop. So those were my first Photoshop designs, and I work in it all the time. And it's kind of a joke, you know. I'm in this wonderful group of historical romance, the Wanton Wallflowers. We have a little Facebook group, and it's amazing authors in it. I can't wait to tell everybody about them.
Yes.
But we have a little anthology coming out, and I was like, I'm gonna make the cover for it. So, and it's hysterical because I am learning and I am constantly looking up videos, and I'm obsessed with period images, which is I don't know if everybody knows, but it's a site where the models, they do a lot, and they do wonderful photographer, and she has all these models. In fact, she's the one that Floyd, you know, the Floyd who we love. Floyd does a lot of modeling for her. And I've actually been on Instagram, you know, talking to all the, you know, the hot cover models, and I'm like, you have to go, the ones who are doing contemporary, you have to go to period images and model for us historical romance authors. We need you. So hopefully there's a couple of those men who I can talk into going over and modeling for period images. But
I love that.
Yeah, so I am obsessed with, I just swiped my screen because I had a message come up, sorry.
No, please.
And it was covering us. So yeah, so I love period image. As I go through them, I love to look in the stock images. And so that's kind of how I started with step backs.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
And now I am trying to do my own covers. I have a cover designer who is awesome, and a friend who's a graphic artist, so I wouldn't have to do that. They're like, if it's money, we'll do it for you, Nicki. I'm just obsessed with learning how to do them.
That's just so cool. Just so cool. Well, as you can see in the comments, I don't know if you glanced, but we are just so thrilled. I mean, this community is all about, we love the step backs, and they're just not in right now, you know? So very exciting, very exciting. Yes, so lovely. What a gorgeous job you did.
You.
Truly, truly. Yes. Well, I wanted to cover a bunch of things while you're here. Let's see. Let's start with, what can a person who opens a Nicki Pascerella book expect to feel or experience? For those of us that haven't had the pleasure of reading you yet, tell us about your writing.
So I would say my historical romances definitely have a little bit of a modern feel. So I would say that I probably appeal more to people who are looking a little bit more for a modern feel. Like I look at, Tessa Dare, who I think has a little bit more of a modern feel. But yes. So I would say my books definitely have a little bit more of a modern feel. And I really have a quirky sense of humor. A ridiculous sense of humor.
I love your sense of humor. I was going to say the humor is also fantastic.
And I would say that people who actually and I get when I write a book, and I actually took a comedy writing class because I love comedy, and and my humor's so goofy. And sometimes I'm like, I think I'm a man. I have a man sense of humor. Like I totally get a kick out of slapstick. I laugh until, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't know. But
That's great. That's great.
So
Hmm.
I all of it, so I and there's different kinds of comedy. So I try to incorporate it all in there, knowing like that when I and almost all my books have some slapstick scene, which is just ridiculous because so much of humor is ridiculous. So I
Right.
would say that that's a real risk, when I'm writing that. Like,
Sure.
okay, I've got this. I just wrote this one, and my Emily, my female main, is such a klutz, and she like falls down the step, and her reticule's wrapped around her neck, and her skirt's up, and I'm like, okay, this is so silly.
I love it.
But
I
I
love it.
love that, and I love like humor. There's so much about humor that's absurd. So some of that, I love one-liners. So every once in a while, I just have to pop off with a one-liner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of those, there's a little bit of modern stuff in them. Like I'll combine like my one hero's favorite. I know in my one book I have there was always the bros and hoes, so that from that and of course, so I'm like I have to turn that into blokes and dames, so
Oh!
but I like to incorporate humor. So I would say that's a big thing. My females are always kind of sassy,
Mhm.
and they really call the shots. So my heroes they can be total cinnamon rolls, they can be a little bit alpha, whatever they are.
Yeah.
My females are calling the shots.
Oh, I love it.
So
I
I would say that's another thing about me is those would probably be some things. So if you
awesome.
like those things,
I tell you, I'm reading an historical romance right now that's very serious and a little bit dark. And yours would be the perfect palate cleanser right after that. Like just so a little fun slapstick, girl in control. Love it. Love it. I love it. Oh, we have a friend here I have not read your books yet. Yes. See, this is why it's great that we're getting to meet her right now. And by the way, guys, before I forget, because heaven knows I might, I have links, thanks to Nikki, links to just everything in my description box, more than you can shake a stick at. I'm telling you, you can see all the good stuff on all those links. Where do you recommend readers start with your books? That's the perfect transition. Thank you for that, Julie.
so I actually have a free novella out right now.
What?
So it is, I think there's a link for that. So, and it is the prequel to my Rakes, Rogues, and Scoundrels series. So you can get my novella for free today. It's free right now for a short time. It'll eventually go on sale on Amazon, but right now it's free. It's
Lovely.
till the end of the month, and then it'll be an anthology for a month,
Okay.
2 months, and then it'll be on Amazon. But I would say Emily's Unmasking is a good place to start. It's
Okay.
light, it's silly, it is steamy. So, and I would say like most of my books I want them really steamy, and I keep getting about 2 to 3 flames, and I'm like, I want a 4-star flame, but at the moment, and I'm like, I keep writing, but at the moment they're like 2, 3. So, because I think that's really important. Readers kind of have that idea of how much
Sure.
how many flames you want. So Emily's Unmasking is a really good place to start.
Now, the free novella that you just mentioned, where can we find that?
That is on BookFunnel. So, so right now that's free on BookFunnel. So you do have to give up your email address, which not everybody likes to do. Of course, you can unsubscribe. But
do we go to your website?
Yes, you can go to my website, and then I think there's a link today in the stuff that I gave you. It's like there's a free short story on there. There's a link for that, and that's just a little short story, which is cute and absolutely, it's a really short. But there's the novella called Emily's Unmasking.
Yes.
So you can go to my website to get it, or you can. I think there's a link there.
Excellent. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, and of course, it's not showing it. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry. It would not be a show without me having issues with technology. So here is your website. So, and you were just saying that it's somewhere on here, like if we sign up for your newsletter, is that what you're saying?
Yes. So if you go up to let's see, go up there, and if you go to the bar across, there should be subscribe to my newsletter.
Excellent. All right. And then if we subscribe,
go down, go down one more. Free on BookFunnel. There's Emily's Unmasking.
And this is where we recommend to start. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. And notice the mask that's hanging off her wrist?
That mask took me so long to cut out. Like, I was obsessed with that mask because so that was one of my Photoshop projects, and I'm just cutting out this mask. And of course, it's big on your screen, but you know, you have to go into all the little grooves. So yeah, so I was super proud of the mask hanging on her wrist.
Well, we appreciate it for sure. And is this free also? Because I'm
Yes,
looking at
that's
this
a free
membership.
short story, and that is a part of my Eatons of Trent series. So you can also get that. That's a super short read. I really like it. That's really sweet.
Cute.
So that's just a sweet. You want something to cuddle up with for an hour, not even an hour, 20 minutes. And so that has some of the characters in my Eatons of Trent series. And my Eatons of Trent series is a little bit lighter than my Rakes, Rogues, and Scoundrels series. So I do tell people that too. So my Eatons of Trent, just a tiny bit lighter. I went a little bit darker with my Rakes, Rogues, and Scoundrels series. But I don't know, Emily's Unmasking isn't too dark. And I do say there is an abusive stepmother in it, if anybody would be triggered by that. So that's my Rakes, Rogues, and Scoundrels series so far.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. I'm realizing that as I'm doing this, because I see your Eatons of Trent. Where was I looking? You had like never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to have all the books together, and I'm like, I don't want to make people.
Oh yes, there is. If you just go to books, all my books together. So if you just click on the books,
okay,
there should be a page where all the books. There we go.
That's what I saw earlier, because I was like, oh, I can just show this, and then I just don't want to give motion sickness to my friends online. So here's the Eatons of Trent Steamy Regency Romance, and you said this is the lighter series.
Yes, that's lighter.
Okay, good to know. I'm just loving these dresses. Good grief. Oh my gosh, so exciting. And then we've got the slightly darker Rakes, Rogues, and Scoundrels. Fun. I love it. Looks like you've got some contemporary novellas as well.
Yes, and the one there, I have been a professional belly dancer for forever.
I love that. We need to talk about this because the
one book there is actually about, it's a story about an American belly dancer who goes to Cairo and falls in love with an Egyptian pop star. So that was the one that you were going down to. So that is, I love that one. And those are both novellas that are in series by the Wild Rose Press. So that's part of a multicultural romance series. So I really love that one. And it really incorporates, I hope I did a beautiful job of incorporating, culture, Egyptian dance, and the one underneath that I love because it is about a rescue dog. It's a steamy rescue dog romance, and that was really fun because that book was I was able to do a lot of charity work for the rescue, where I rescue my dogs, and I was able to give my royalties, and the publishing house even helped me. I had a big dog influencer, Cricket and Biscuit, who are two famous Shelties, did promo for it. So that was like a really exciting little project.
What a neat project. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. That's wonderful. Good for you. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I'm just having too much fun looking at your website. Oh my gosh, I love it. And the website, by the way, is linked in the description box. So you can all go and visit and enjoy. Is there anything else on this website you would like to hit before I continue?
No, that's okay. Go ahead on. Okay. Sorry, I'm a blabber, everybody. I'm sorry.
No, I'm loving this. I'm loving it because I could go on all day. I could keep you all day, and I don't want to do that to you. Once I had somebody on, and she goes, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, I'm so sorry. I get excited. I get talking, and then we just go and go. But I promise I won't do that to you. I'm just loving all of this. I got a couple comments, by the way, that I wanted to highlight. The best combo is alpha male and an FMC who's calling the shots. Love that. I love that. I love that. Here we see Super Rogue 5000. Hey, I just joined. Scotland is currently going through a really bad windstorm. Oh my heavens. At the moment. It's our first red weather warning in over 10 years. I'm a bit anxious, but I'm doing well. Oh, we hope that you're staying nice and safe. My goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be stressful. Oh, hope you're okay. And then Julie's Life and Joy says, love most romances, open to try any. So yeah,
me too.
Right? Trying new things. We love it. We love it. So, what do you think? This might be a tricky one, but what do you feel like resonates most with your fans? And you could think about books or series, hero, heroine. When fans talk to you, what do they bring up the most, do you think?
So, actually, the book I think that I've written that touched the most people was not one of my historical romances, but was my debut novel called Stump Strong, which is women's fiction. And I actually
Oh.
wrote that. I was working with I was a high school teacher for a long time. And I knew I was coming to the end of my teaching career. And I was coming to it pretty young because I started teaching high school when I was 22 years old. So
Mm.
as I was coming to the end of my career and I started working with a life coach, and she's like, I think you should be a writer. And I was like, well, I do write. I actually want to be a writer. I have a minor in journalism. That's what I always thought I would do, but I've been teaching for so long, I forgot. You know, when I would write like young adult fiction, I'd write for my students all the time and then read my stuff to my students who, you have this captive audience,
Oh, how fun.
have
That's
to listen
right.
to your stories. I did read them my romance, don't worry. But so
Here's a
I
steamy chapter for everybody.
yeah, so I didn't read them that, but I would read them silly things like about my ride to school or whatever, But how I was really hungry and wanted a donut, whatever. So so yeah, so my very first book is called Stump Strong, and it's a woman's fiction. It's really unique. And it's about a teacher who has a nervous breakdown. Sounds terribly depressing, but it's really told through a humorous lens because her internal dialogue is so funny, and she's going through menopause, and the menopause is just like awful to go through. So she's going through menopause and all the awful things, but so funny. So that book, and it goes back and forth between this teacher who is loosely based on me. I mean, there are really a lot of things that are nothing like me. Like, she's divorced. I haven't been divorced. But and then she goes back and forth between that and her grandfather's war stories, which these war stories are based on my grandfather's war stories. So my grandfather had asked me when I was a kid, and my grandfather would sit and talk to me. My grandfather was an English teacher after the war and a writer. And he would say, I want you to write my story. I want you to write my story. And I never did. You know how you're a teenager and you go off to college, and then you come home from college and you get a job and you get married. And so my grandfather passed without me ever having recorded his stories. So I did that in this book. And this book really touched people. So, and I don't do a ton, I don't advertise it a ton because I did it. I wrote it back. It was an experiment. It was part of something I was working with my life coach. And then I had an editor. I put it in a writing contest. And then I had an editor who was like, you need to publish this. But the layout in it isn't the best because I did it before I really knew what I was doing. And so I think I have this story that resonates with people. And I do get notes from people occasionally that read it that are really like, wow, this touched me. So that book really seemed to touch people.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's just amazing. I love that. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to make sure I touch on everything here. We talked about, so what would you say is your most popular series or novel?
Probably the Eatons of Trent, I would say, because that's been out there, and the first book in that is actually, and this really confuses people because they're like, where's the sister's family? There's 4 siblings, and then their ward. So their ward story is coming, but so he's a young boy in the stories, and he's just a super great character, and people are like, you got to give Jimmy's got to grow up and have a love story. So in this, you kind of see him developing. So the physician, the physician loves the governess, and that's coming. It'll be a while yet, but that's their ward story. But people will say to me, because 3 of the books are on KU, and so I can advertise them, and people will say, well, where's the sister story? Because they'll start with the Earl Kisses a Thief. The Duke Beneath Her Mistletoe is actually the sister story, and it was the book I wrote first. It was my first his drop. That is with a publishing house. so it isn't linked with the rest of the stories, and it isn't on KU.
Oh.
So and it really confuses people. Like, and people will write me, like, I'll get notes, you know, in my inbox, like, I don't understand. Where's the sister story? And it's just that they're not linked, and it's not in KU because I know there are people who really KU is where they read. But yes, there is a prequel, and it's also part of another series, a Christmas in the Castle series, which is a historical romance Christmas series.
Wow. Neat. Oh, how fun. I'm just so excited. I've only had the pleasure so far of reading The Earl Kisses a Thief. This treasure here, which I'm just gonna look at the step back one more time too, because oh my gosh, you know, I did not pay attention and I somehow missed that there was a step back initially. And then when I realized it, I just about died. I was like, wait a minute. I think I reached out to you immediately. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just love these so much. But yes, this was such a ball. I had such a great time with this, and I can't wait to read the rest of the series. So I wanted to ask, oh, you know what? Let's talk about your Facebook group. I'm really excited to hear more about this.
I am so excited about this Facebook group. So I was looking at all the other, you know, author Facebook groups, and I was having, you know, fear of missing out. And I thought, I am going to start a Facebook group. So I reached out to some authors that I thought, first of all, I'd read their books and they were amazing authors.
Yes.
Or I had seen them on Instagram or met them on Instagram, and I'd seen them doing some really neat things. I'd seen their energy, or a couple of people that I thought were doing amazing things, like Catherine Grant for the romance community at large, and Emily Windsor, who are just doing these amazing things, because I wanted this to be about romance in general, like the romance community. So we started this group, and I just love these ladies. We love our readers. We are trying to do some really super neat things. So I'd love people to join us, have fun with us. We've actually been hosting a couple other authors who aren't in the group. We host their little book launches. We just did Christina Diana's book launch, and we have Tracy Sumners is coming on to celebrate her new covers with us.
Yes.
So she's coming on. So I'm just super excited. I would love people to join us. Love to keep this really positive energy going that we have.
Yes. Oh, how wonderful. Yeah, I was so excited when I saw that. I don't get on Facebook enough. And when I do, I saw that. I thought, I need to get on more because there's so many wonderful things happening in this group.
Yes.
Just
so we love the energy. We really do. And we have a little group chat, and we talk every day, and we're like, yesterday I was like, I called it Wallflower Power, but it's just a really fun group, and we support each other. We try to support the Histrom community, and we try to be there for our readers and just love on our readers.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Truly. So a couple other things. What's on the horizon for you right now? What's going on for you coming up that we can look forward to?
So I have been writing until my arms feel like they're going to fall off. So I have a new series coming with Dragon Blade. And, you know, I said I was with a publishing house, and then I was like, I want to be an independent. I want to do, you know, do self-publishing.
Yeah.
And then I got a note from Dragon Blade inviting me to write for them. And I was like, oh man, I really like, and I like doing my step backs. But, you know, Catherine Levesque, who runs it, is just so wonderful. And they have so many wonderful authors, and they do so much for their authors. Like, they really go out there and promo their authors. So I have a Book in the Lion's Den series coming up. The Lion's Pretty Pugilist. So it features a female pugilist. And wow. I want to give a shout out to EDK right now, for those of you who know EDK. So, and you know, she is an expert on women's pugilism in the Regency era. It's really hard to do research because the pugilism has pretty much been wiped from the record. There were men journalists at the time, who were covering the men's pugilism, and they were refusing to cover the females. And it was a big deal. So pugilism in the Regency era, the female pugilist, was a huge deal. So Edie has done this research, and she has put together this research through newspaper clippings and through art to figure out what was going on with women's pugilism, because we know it existed. So she shared all of her, when I wrote to her, I saw a blog and I wrote to her and I was like, I'm trying to do research. I bought books. I'm really having a rough time finding the things about the female because I have a whole series with Dragon Blade coming out, The Scandalous Ladies of the Silk Knuckle Saloon. And so it's all female pugilists. And these ladies are fiery, and they are falling in love with dukes and earls and, Bow Street runners. Like, they are falling in love with kind of these alpha guys. And these ladies are sassy and they are ruling. I will say in The Lion's Den, my first hero is kind of a cinnamon roll. He's real sweet, but because she's so feisty, But after that, they're, the men are a little bit more, he's in the first book, he's an earl who's cursed. He has this cursed. He's an heir to an earldom that's cursed. And so she kind of lifts up his luck. She's this prize fighter, that lifts up his luck. And it's got this My Fair Lady kind of thing going on where he has to turn her into a lady. And there's, this scene where they're trying to get all the maids in the house are trying to get her into a backboard to try to teach her to walk like a lady. And of course she's sassy and she's from the East End and she's like they're beating her up to try to get her in. It's a silly, absurd comedy. But so I have this series coming up. I'm super excited. But Edie Kay shared all of her research. She didn't say to me, go do your own research. She met with me on Zoom. She writes to me at night when I have a question. So I just have to give a shout out to her that she has been wonderful about sharing this information so that hopefully I really capture, with the romance and the humor, I'm also really capturing historically with kind of a flair, because I'm going to exaggerate it because this club didn't really exist. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we love that. We know it's fiction,
Yeah.
It's inspiring and you're honoring and able to do some research. But yes, we do also get that it's not a documentary.
Yeah.
But that's fun. That's fun. I see some really neat comments here too. Dragon Blade is the best HR publishing company. Love that. I just read The Earl of St. Seville a couple months ago, and the FMC is the coach of pugilism. That's neat.
Yes, I have a coach in my book. The second is she's a coach. Yeah.
Oh, how fun. I think it's a series published by Dragon Blade. Oh, how cool. I love it. I love it. That's so fun. So fun. Where can we look for you, by the way? I know we talked a little bit about this, but as we get ready to go into our first sprints of the morning, I just want to make sure everybody knows just where to find the fabulous Nicki Pascerella.
So you can find me on my website, www.nickipascarella.com. Super easy to find. I love Instagram. I love the community on there. I don't know what's going to happen with social media. Everything's kind of crazy right now. But for the moment, I am out there on Instagram and I connect. And I love to connect with readers. So if you're on there and you send me a DM or a message, like you said something, if I see it, I'm going to write back to you and talk to you, because I am a talker and I like people. And, I'm retired from teaching, sitting at home writing, and I'm like, I need contact with people. Yeah. So, and then of course there's the Facebook group if you're on there. But
love it.
And a lot of my books are in KU. Not all of them are. Like I said, I have quite a few that are with another publishing house. So those are wide. And you can get those pretty much on every platform. And then my self-pub stuff you can get on KU.
Yay. Oh, I love it so much. I'm so thankful that you joined us this morning. Now, I've said everything that I wanted to make sure that I got to do to celebrate you. Is there anything that I've left out? Is there anything that you want to say or share with us and or guys online? I should have asked you already. Are there any questions that we want to ask Nicki Pascerella before we jump into our first sprints of the day? We'll give everybody a moment. Yes,
as a reader, I will say I'm doing something super fun right now.
Yes.
So I am doing a 12 Recs from 12 friends reading challenge. So I reached out to women who had been reading my books and were posting about my books. And I was like, okay, thank you for posting about my books. Now you tell me what you think I should read. So I got 12 recs from 12 readers, reviewers, and I'm having a blast with this challenge. So I highly recommend doing a 12 Rex from 12 Friends challenge. I'm actually in
Love it.
my next newsletter. I'm going to challenge everybody in my newsletter to do that. I just think it's so fun as a reader to do that and to see what people. I think the fun part is people recommendations for you for what they think you'll like, because they'll say to you, "Well, what? Tell me,
Mm.
what do you think?" And so
Yeah.
seeing what books people recommend to you is really fun. I think
That's really
it's
neat.
kind of
That's
an intimate thing, as a reader. It's kind of a
I love that. We're doing something somewhat similar on our Tea and Biscuits Discord, which is for historical romance lovers. And we just had, and some people have recommended 12 and some have recommended like 5, but it's neat to see what some of our friends just really enjoy. And then people are like cherry picking one
yeah,
for each one. It's so fun. And
yeah.
I mean, we've only done it 1 month, but it's neat to see, just to try something I wouldn't necessarily have tried
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So lots of fun. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Thank you for reminding me. Well, this has been the best. You have been amazing.
Oh,
You've been
thank
like
you.
the perfect first guest. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And we'll go ahead and start our sprints and we will say goodbye and have a great weekend to the fabulous Nicki Pascerella.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, B. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. And we will be looking for you just everywhere we can because we know you're everywhere. So
Thank
many
you.
great links. Seriously, look at my description box and you will see so many lovely things. So awesome. Okay, so we're going to start, and you're welcome to stay until we start our sprints or whatever you want. But this has been lovely. Oh, I see we have like a bye. Thank you from Kristen. Hey, Kristen, by the way, good
Thank you.
morning. Good morning. Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Nikki. This has been just lovely. And I know people have some really good suggestions for books to read now. We always add to our TBRs, that is for sure. So we are going to share the screen. I think people are going to be thrilled. Well, Terry is going to be thrilled because it's not snowman racing today. So Nikki, what we do when we do our sprints is we have we have snowmen that race and people pick a different one, and for some reason it's not wanting to work for me. Let's see, share the screen. There we are. Boom. It's not snowmen, everyone. Let's do a 30-minute sprint before we come back. Everybody can choose their dog sled team. Wink, wink, Terry. I love to tease Terry about that. And then we'll come back after 30 minutes. Let us know afterwards what you were reading or what you've been working on as we're heading into our weekend. But we want to say goodbye one more time to the fabulous Nicki Pascerella. Thank you again so much for joining us. And I can't wait to read all your stuff. So
Thank
you
you,
take care and you have a
everyone.
great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Congratulations to number 2. You won the sense of accomplishment. I wanted to say that I noticed that Terry participated. Apparently, Terry just doesn't like snowmen. Terry, you know I love to tease you. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Oh my heavens, that was fun. That was fun. So tell me, everybody, how are we doing? How were the sprints? Did we get things done? Did we start any reading? I can't wait to hear. And as we do, I know Violet, I very rarely win. I think I've won like twice. So don't feel bad, Violet. Oh my goodness, I tell you. Well, for me, I just had a chance to read a little bit more about Michael O'Hearn, who is going to be our little model of the day that we're going to be talking about because his birthday is coming up on Sunday. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to talk a little bit about him because his birthday's coming up? Because why not? Any excuse to talk about covers and step backs and have a good time with books, especially historical romance, right? Oh my gosh, truly. Kamal says, I was productive, got some work done. Excellent. Excellent. I would love to say that I got work done, but no. Got so much still to do this weekend. I'm still sleepy and napped for part of the sprint. Oh, good for you, Kristen. Looks like you're starting the weekend off right. That's great. I have 10 minutes left in Passion on Park Avenue by Lauren Lane. It's a contemporary closed-door romance. It's not a favorite, but I'm enjoying it. Well, that's good. 10 minutes left. Thank you for still joining us. That must have been a hard choice. I should have made it a 40-minute sprint. I'm sorry, Violet. Oh my goodness. Well, I thought, oh, and we got another one. Sock says, reading the stars too fondly, converting some videos for editing. Oh, wonderful. Reading on the sofa with all my doggies. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I've got my doggies in here with me, and they were barking a little bit during the interview earlier with Nicki Pascerella. I was like, oh no. It's the little one. Rudy's the barker. Buddy doesn't bark until Rudy wants him to bark. He never barked before we got Rudy. Never. Never. I'm pushing through my work to-do list, hoping to finish a little earlier today. We hope so too, Paige. Keeping our fingers crossed for you. That would be great. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about what we're doing this weekend coming up. But I thought, well, why not right now? Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, oh, that's not the slide I wanted. That's not the one I wanted. Oh, wait. Okay. Now I see what I'm doing. All right, guys. Again, it would not be it would not be with me if I wasn't making mistakes. Okay, so here we are. Michael O'Hearn's birthday is January 26th. He is a well-known, well, he's still famous. It's so funny. I think of him as just, a cover model and someone that was in some of the beautiful historical romance stepbacks and covers that we have gone crazy over in 2024, especially in 2025 so far. But he is still a well-known bodybuilder. He's been Mr. Universe, I want to say 4 times. I actually encourage you to visit Sweet Savage Flame, which I've linked in my description box to learn even more about him if you want to do a deep dive and go down the rabbit hole. He's a character, though, I will say. It's funny. I've had some people approach me and say, he's maybe not the nicest person. I was like, okay, well, that's good to know. And as well as he's very confident. I will say that. I think his Instagram is called like frickin' jacked or something like that. So I do have his Instagram linked in my description box as well if you would like to see. But yes, he has many opinions and he's very confident. So I will say that about him as a gentleman. He started bodybuilding at age 7. Yes, that's right. Age 7. He was one of 9 children, the second to youngest. And yeah, he started becoming a model and a professional competitor in bodybuilding. And I want to say 15. His whole bio is on the Sweet Savage Flame website if you want to learn even more. But I wasn't sure, again, how far do we want to go into into the man, the myth, the legend that is Michael O'Hearn. One interesting thing that I learned about him was that he has dyslexia, and he has. I think they said that he used some of that background to support others and just to show them that you can do it. You can still achieve your dreams even if you have some things that make life a little more challenging, which I'm all for that. That's always a good message to send. So, Fabio is also a lot. Never meet your heroes or romance cover models. That's true. I did see an interview with Fabio, and yes, he's a little eccentric. I suppose it's hard not to be living a life like that, just very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I've got some books that I right here that I cannot wait to share with you that are just absolutely gorgeous. Again, any excuse, right, to talk about our gorgeous books that we have. So I've got a couple from Denise Domning that I wanted to share. This is A Love for All Seasons. I have seen this on Instagram numerous times. It is a showstopper. I love this leaf in the front, which makes it great for autumn if you're looking for things to show in the autumn. And also, we've got a bunch of embossing here, and we've got gold foiling for the title. Really loving this. There's even embossing here for the author's name, which I thought was pretty neat. Oh my gosh, there's something else I want to say before I go further. So this is he was a cover model and step back model specifically for the Topaz publishing group. And so you'll see it's so funny. I was in my library downstairs this morning looking through all of my Topaz books. Now you'll notice some of them just have like an open book with a T, but also, oh, here's another fun one. So here's the other kind of emblem you'll see on the side or icon, like this logo. That's Steve Sandalis, who is like the most well-known Topaz man, the Topaz man. And in the mid 90s, poor Steve Sandalis was just so overworked. And so they interviewed 3 other gentlemen to start taking over as models for the Topaz books. And one of the 3 was our man, Michael O'Hearn. And this is his step back. It's one of my favorites. This was done by the artist Pino, who I know for many of you is a favorite artist. I noticed I recognized his birthday as well and put it in my calendar. So we can talk about him closer to Pino's birthday, which I'm really looking forward to. But here we have maybe one of the more scandalous, because it appears, thanks to Pino, that our gentleman is not wearing any clothing. Now, he actually was wearing black boxer briefs when he took the photos for this. So he was not naked. But Pino took a little creative license there. And I don't think anyone is up in arms about that. But I mean, this step back is just absolutely gorgeous. I had this in my 100 step backs of summer over the summer. I mean, it's just, as I mentioned, a showstopper. We've got the gorgeous purple gown. We have a lovely, lovely, lovely man with lots of muscles and then some. I love how the flowers go along with the dress. And then, of course, we've got a beautiful tropical setting. Very different from the fall leaf that's on the cover. But you know what? That's fine. We're not going to complain, right? I see some comments here. I'm going to highlight these. Haha. I like to live in ignorant bliss when it comes to my cover models on books. I think I'm with you, Kamal. I think that's a fair thing to do. He's thinking, damn, I'm handsome. I remember the sock. You did. Remember I think this was the one over the 100 step backs of summer where I had people write captions for for what he was thinking. And Sock made a top 10. And I think this was one of them. I remember now. Oh my heavens. With the cold, it feels like summer was so very long ago. Pino giving the girlies what they wanted. A visionary, truly. Yes, Violet. Yes. I know. That's what I was thinking that he was thinking. Love the end pages and the step backs. I know. I hear ya. I think I had a list. That's right, with 10 things he was thinking. That was one of them. Yes. Yes. So that was Denise Domning's A Love for All Seasons. Love that double page step back. We also have another one. This one I got more recently. It's almost giving me Mardi Gras vibes, right? Like I'd love to show this off maybe around Mardi Gras. I just love the colors and the hat here with the feathers. We've got these neat shoes. Lady in Waiting. Got the green and the purple, the foiling. I love it. Oh, and Kamal, I don't want to miss out on a fun comment. Kamal also was saying, I like the background too. It's lime mystical mountains in the back. Yes. I love it. And I think these are clouds. But you're right. Yeah, we've got the mountains. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to keep doing this. It's reversed. It's flipped. So every time I turn it one way, it does the opposite of what I'm thinking it's going to do. But it's just gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Looking at Lady in Waiting, also by Denise Domning. Notice we've got some really interesting laser cutting here. Just love that. And some gold border that continues. So it looks like it just goes all the way down. But we've got some gold on the side and a neat cutout, actually, of the way. Oh my gosh, again. Look at, I just love this. So neat how they chose to do that. And then we have our man. By the way, again, look who we've got. It's Pinot. Again, a moonlit night, some beautiful stained glass. Look at her dress. We're on a throne. We know lately, based on what we've been reading and talking about, some interesting things happen on thrones. I also love the torches in the background and the starry sky. This one is just beautiful. Just so fun. Oh, yeah, the clouds. But no, you were right. There were mountains and clouds. He's thinking, if I even sneeze, this night ends early. Sock. You crack me up. Oh, thrones are popular. It's true. It's true. Come on. Very true. Oh my gosh. I love it. Yes, so that was, I just love this one as well. So then we have over here, this is a Mary Jo Putney, Dancing on the Wind. Now he stood for about 100 romance novels. I wanted to find all of them. I could not. Like just a list. So there are a couple I have here that I'm not certain if they're him. I also have a few more that I'll show you that are also featured on Sweet Savage Flame. This one, it looks like it's him. It looks like it could be him. Don't quote me on that. We've got the muscles at least. I mean, it could be someone else. Let me know what you guys think, if this is still him. I wish I could find a definitive list somewhere. I mean, I really did look and I could not find it. But I love the candles in the background. And of course, again, our man is supposedly naked. But she's hanging on. Again, Sock, what is he thinking? Tell us. Do tell us, what is he thinking now? I think it might be someone else. It might be Kamal. This is me attempting. Was it Pinot, the artist? Do you mean Pinot sitting for it? That would be something. I am not seeing a Pinot. I don't see his name. Usually you can find his name when he's like, he'll sign it where you can see it fairly easily. Occasionally it's been a little tricky for me. I don't see it. So I don't know. But yeah. He's got that she's almost as into me as I'm into me. So I think it's the same dude. It does have that vibe. Yeah, I don't think that's him. The mullet isn't mulleting the same violet. I'm so tired, but I have to keep going. Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm face blind, so oh my gosh. Yeah. So that was Mary Jo Putney's Dancing on the Wind. Man, does she have some incredible covers and step backs. Oh, the last one, this one's the longest shot. So again, tell me what you think. Don't quote me. Patricia Rice's Denim and Lace. I've only chosen Topaz Books, by the way, because that's the company for which he, sat or stood for pictures. This looks like it could be him, but it might not. Again, we got the mountains. This is just insanely gorgeous. This is one of my favorites. Look at the way the light is playing on her dress. And then we've got some just gorgeous flowers just sort of laid around, just popped in there. We've got a waterfall in the background. I mean, this has everything. It's got almost not in the foreground, but in the background, like Lord of the Rings vibes. Like I almost expect to see hobbits trudging up the side here with the One Ring. It's just beautiful though. And what are we thinking? Do we think, yes, that dress is incredible. I know. That one's harder to tell. It is. It's beautiful. I mean, I feel like if he's done 100 books, I have a pretty good shot at maybe being right for one of these two. But yeah. One of my favorites. Too hard to tell. I know. Hard to say. At least it's not just me. The chest looks like him. We can identify him by the chest. The more dynamic lighting makes it harder to discern, though. Oh, very well said. Very well said, Violet. Nice. Yes. Okay. So I want to show you a little bit more from Sweet Savage Flame. I want to be careful. I want to make sure I'm respecting the blogger and not just like showing her stuff like it's my stuff. I did have before I get to that, I want to go back to my slides here because I did find this. Justine Dare, The Heart of the Hawk. This is his very first cover ever with Topaz. So I did find that. So that was really exciting. Again, you could recognize him based on the chest. But and then I want to show you. Okay, I have to stop that one. And then, oh, I see. Okay, I feel like I'm learning so much this week. How are we looking? So these were a couple more. These are on the Sweet Savage Flame site. And again, I don't want to take credit for her work. I just want to recommend, if you want to learn more, there's far more from him. I'm just going to show you a couple quick things. I love these. But yeah, there's the mulleting. And that's the one we saw. This one looks like a time travel. So fun. I just love these. This one's fun. I mean, we're on a horse. And I found images of him actually riding horseback. So, and that's fun too. He is 6'1", by the way. A Love So Splendid. You know what? I thought I had this book and I can't find it. And I could have sworn I had it. It's Linda Ladd, A Love So Splendid. I cannot find it anywhere. So I'm wondering where it could be. Unfortunately. So back to this. Let's see. Heart of the Hawk. She's not my tailor. I mean, she's great, but she's not my tailor. You're so funny. I love it. A couple other things before we move on to a new topic. This is him on the cover of Muscle magazine. Just to give you a sense of how big this man is, here's a gal next to him. You can tell this is mid-90s. By the way, it was mid-90s to late 90s when he modeled for Topaz. And he's since become, a huge bodybuilding star. He even trains Hollywood celebrities, apparently. Here's another one, Iron Man magazine. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Muscle Mag. There's a lot. Again, check out his Instagram and the Sweet Savage Flame page at least if you want to see more and learn more. And it's a lot. It's a lot. He works out a lot. Love the Raven's Moon one. Love a Western where the lady wears pants. Yes. Why do I feel like he has controversial opinions about pasteurized milk? I wouldn't be surprised, Sock. He's got some opinions. I was like, oh. I started to follow him, and then I was like, maybe I don't have to follow him. Maybe that's okay. So you can tell when the muscle body type changed or when the steroids got better. Oh my goodness. I tell you. Yeah, he's active in the gym every day, I think. Oh, okay. So let's go on to our other topic. So the other day, Wednesday, was Library Shelfie Day, and I got so many lovely pictures. Let me take this down for a moment. Ugh. I got so many lovely pictures from you guys for Library Shelfie Day. We even had people sharing them on the Discord, which we will talk about in a moment as well. But before a moment goes by, I wanted to share some of the amazing pictures that you all took of your libraries. We had so much fun doing this that I actually, in the Discord for I guess the morning show, or for me, it was funny. My friend Julie's like, "Is this for you or your morning show?" I'm like, both. It's for the channel. But it's called Wake Up to Romance, and that's the Discord name. But we had a section for Shelfie Day, and I've just changed the name of it to, share your shelfies. So from now on, anyone who wants to share pictures or videos of their library shelves is more than welcome to. And I know we will all really appreciate it on the Discord. But let's look at some of the pictures that we got to enjoy. Oh, wait, I want to save that video. Um, this week on Shelfie Day, we've got some from Joanna. Look how gorgeous this is. And I love the lamp in the foreground. It's so colorful the way she did this. I just love these. I know. I love looking at people's shelves. It's just fun. And that's why I'm going to keep that section up on the Discord. So anytime people feel like taking pictures, because as we mentioned last week or on Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it was, Tuesday, shelves are always changing. They're always changing. So we love looking at them. I just love it. Let's see here. This is beautiful. Again, Joanna's. I love how she's done this. So dramatic. So dramatic. This is really cool. I feel like if I had this type of shelving in my home, my kids would not let the books stay. They would just be playing with it. There'd be all kinds of random toys. I know, Violet. Right? I do not. You're going to see it all. You're going to see it all in this. Right? It is so fun. Deborah! I've been quietly watching, but hubby, weightlifter, had to stop with that magazine shot. Right? Well, again, Sweet Savage Flame, or just go on Instagram. You will see more than you bargained for. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Yes. Oh my gosh, too funny. So here's another one. Look at her kitty cat too. She was talking about her cat on, I want to say the one of the Discords, either Tea and Biscuits or Wake Up to Romance. We were talking about kitty cats. So cute. But again, this is that neat bookshelf that's like sideways. It's just so cool. And then one of the things that Joanna mentioned with this one, and probably with this one as well, or no, these look like they're trade paperbacks. She said for this one, she recommends nothing but mass market paperbacks. Otherwise, it doesn't go very well. So kind of neat though. Also, here we have some pictures from Sock's library. Love the hallway and how she was able to use the hallways. Also a place to have books. I just love this. I love it so much. And here, these are two different pictures. There's a faraway one where you can even see, is that a stamp collection sock? That's really neat. And then it's the little cart, like, or it doesn't have wheels though, does it? I was thinking it was like a TBR cart, but I love this. And I love how open it is so you can see the entire books. I love how everybody has something different to offer and they make it their own. It's so fun. And this one, oh, let's see. Okay, Sock, let me go back here. Sock is saying, those are stamps of Emily Carr paintings. Neat. Oh my gosh, I love it. How fun. How fun. Then we've got, this is my favorite picture, I think, of yours. Sock, I have to say, I shouldn't say it like a favorite, but I can't help it. Look at the tiaras and these gorgeous, gorgeous mass market paperbacks. I recognize so many of these. Ah, so fun. So fun. And the angel is permanent. Candy St. Valentine is the patron. Oh, very cool. I love that. I can't wait until my little ones are older so I can actually display my library compared to hiding it off in a side room one day. One day, yes. I totally get that. I totally get that, yes. Oh my gosh. Paige has some gorgeous, gorgeous books as well. And shelves. I love, what would you call those? Can lights? I can't remember what those are called. Not track lighting. Beautiful though. And oh my gosh, so fun. Look at these. I mean, oh, so beautiful. But here's my favorite. You ready? We were gushing about this on the Discord. She has a ladder. She has a ladder. How many romances can you think of right off the top of your head where there's been a ladder? And it's so fun and crazy, and I love it so much. I love it so much. Is it a fake door, Paige? Paige may have just left. I know she said she had to run after 10 minutes. I know. I know. I just love it so much. I just love the ladder. So cool. Now I need a ladder. Actually, that would be a disaster in my house. I need to visit and hang out in Paige's book room there, right? Right? I love it. Now that would have been fun. Remember when we were doing over step backs of summer, taking pictures of ourselves for step backs, having a picture against the ladder? Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Oh, that would be so fun. I love it. No fake door. No fake door. What are we talking about? I'm trying to see. A fake door? Oh, there we are. Not a fake door. Okay. I see. Then a real door in the first picture. That's really neat. Paige, so cool. So cool. I love it. We can just look at shelves all day long. Here we have Megan. I love these. And she's even got a fun place to display her currently reading, I believe. She also, and I finally figured out how to do this, if I can. This is how do I start over? There we are. This is the video that she took of her shelf. So you can really see the bottom shelf and how she's got her historical romances. She mentioned in the Discord that those are 3 deep, which I just think is so cool. So fun. I love it. I'm thankful that I finally figured out how to put videos on on this as well. I'm learning so many things this week, you wouldn't believe it. Those 2 cases on the front slide side to side. Paige, I think we are all jealous. We are just like, wow, this is amazing. So neat. They slide. I know it. I love it. I know. I love it. I love it. How fun. And then let's see, we talked about Megan. Here we have Sarah. I love her. Something wicked this way comes. That's great. Oh, thanks. Come hang out anytime. I love it. Party at Paige's library. I love this. So fun. Oh, I love the knickknacks. I love it so much. And Sarah was saying that she's in the process of redoing all of her shelves. I wanted to mention that. She's also got the Cheshire Cat up there, which I think is super neat. But this bookcase is especially for her series. I want to say romances. The serials, I think. What are they called? She's always schooling me on that. I'd love to learn more. I think she's going to come on at some point. This is the Bookish Knitter, Sarah the Bookish Knitter, and she has her own thriving booktube channel if you haven't had a chance to visit her yet. And she loves series romances. I think it's Harlequin. She knows more than I do. I'm going to have her on sometime and she'll educate me on all of that, but very exciting. Sarah says, I have over 500 books, but only 2 bookshelves. No, because that's all the room I have. The rest are in drawers. Oh, neat. And boxes. I hide them from my husband. He says I have too many books. Well, he's wrong. Well, that's kind of neat because then you could, if you want, you could switch out. Because I have other friends that have so many file boxes full of books. And so what they do is they just periodically just switch everything out. And then it's like they've got a brand new library, which I love. Category romances. Thank you, Paige. There we are. That's the word I was looking for. And Cheryl, oh my gosh, these are so fun. I love the books. I also love the knickknacks. And these are the perfect size for her Book of the Month Club books, which is like, oh my gosh, that worked out nicely because those can be so large. All my largest books are ones I got at the used bookstore that were Book of the Month. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, and there's the rom-commers. Where's mine? Oh, you know what? I'm still going to haul it. I have it ready to haul. Oh, I just love it so much. And what's not to love, really? I mean, come on. So cute. I love her little knickknacks. I hide books from my husband also. The kitty with glasses. Oh, wait, where's the kitty with glasses? Did I miss it? Oh, I know, right? So cute. She's the queen of category romance. Thank you, Paige. Yes, Sarah is the queen of category romance. That's why I want to have her on and just explain it to me again. Love all the knickknacks. I know. It's so fun. It's so very fun. Oh, you too, Susan. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to say hello earlier, but I'm glad you were here and I hope you have a great weekend. And she's in the UK, I believe. So she's starting it already. I love it. Oh, and then we have Julie, who has some beautiful, neat books in her collection. I'm a Hungry Caterpillar. That's what I love that she's got that too. Oh, I've read that a time or two. I tell you. Now, notice mine has, you guessed it, a ghost. I knew it. When I took that picture, there was no ghost there. And then it showed up in the picture. Wouldn't you know? Oh my. Oh, I've got one more. See? Now it's got coffee. I tell you what. I used to hide books. Now if he gets sassy, I just remind him he has space on his side of the bedroom for a bookcase. There you go. He can have his own. All the heart eyes for all, right? I tell you. All these. They're so fun. So fun. Okay. So, before we do the exciting thing about Valentine's Day, because I have a really fun idea. I want to just update you guys on my Discord. So I love that Terry and I really started Discord in a very different way. Terry, who did the Tea and Biscuits Discord, she took a long time to really curate Discord, and she wanted to wait until it was very ready before she invited anyone to join. And then there's me, who was like, woohoo, let's do it, and invited people immediately and is still tweaking it. And it seems that the invites last for about 3 seconds before they expire, which is driving me crazy. I believe that the link in my description box is not expired, but heaven knows, because every time I say never let it expire, Discord's like, sure, and then it does it anyway. So I'm still learning. And the other thing we were discussing on Discord is I'm trying out a lot of different categories to see what resonates with everyone. And still directing all the historical romance fans to our Tea and Biscuits. But it's funny, I was just saying, I'm just taking, it's like spaghetti. I'm just taking things and throwing them to the wall and see what sticks. To which people replied, I would never eat your spaghetti. I was like, thank you very much. So anyway, I'm really excited about the Discord. It's going to be a great complement to the show. Just another place to talk about books, especially ones that aren't historical romance, for those of us that are fans of other books and want to discuss them, as well as I've created a suggestion box for ways to tweak Discord to make it even better, and also as a place for you all to go and give me suggestions for things that you would like to see on the live show. So I think that will be a lot of fun. Terry, you've got it wrong, B. Just our two ways of not knowing what we're doing. This is true. Terry's amazing, though. I mean, if you've been on the Tea and Biscuits, you know she's created the most incredible place, and I'm working towards that. I almost thought about taking the 27 people that are currently on the Discord and being like, "It's going well, right?" Right? I mean, it is. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely starting. It's in process, and I'm having a good time on it. But yes, it's not finished. So, but I'm really, really excited about it. Okay, so now speaking of things for which I'm extremely excited, let's talk about. Okay, I have to go. Okay, I made my slides out of order. Are you ready? So this is an exciting announcement for Valentine's Day. It's something I just thought up recently. I can't wait to talk about it. I think it's going to be so much fun. And that is the best book boyfriend bracket. I love it. It's alliterative. It's so fun. What we're going to do is we are going to by Valentine's Day, decide the ultimate book boyfriend. It's going to be epic. We're going to have live votes during the show. I'm also going to be putting up polls on my channel in the community tab every single day leading up to Valentine's Day. And on believe it or not, on Valentine's Day, we are going to have a live show where we will discover the ultimate book boyfriend. This is sort of like, Sweet 16 or whatever it is in basketball. I'm not a big sports person, but the sports and the basketball with the March Madness and but this is going to be way more fun because it's book boyfriends. So yeah, I love Deborah. So many book boyfriends, so little time. It's true. It's true, Deborah. Easy one. Tommy Peck is the champion, not biased here. Sock and I just finished reading Knockout by Sarah McLean, and Tommy Peck is, he's very good. So usually when you have a bracket like this, or so I've heard, you have different regions, for example, that go head to head. So, so what I was thinking is we can decide, this can go one of two ways. And next year, if we're still excited about this, we can do the other way if we want. But I'm actually going to put out a poll on my channel right after this, and I'll let people vote all weekend long which kind of book boyfriend this is hard to say. Book boyfriend bracket. Everybody try to say that 3 times fast. That they want to do this year. So here's one option. Now there's 2 total, so get ready. 2 options. The first would be characters, based on character. So we've got the rake or bad boy, the alpha or protective hero, the cinnamon roll hero, or the other, like brooding artist, billionaire, etc., anything that you can think of. And so eventually they would all go head to head, but it's based on characters, actual characters in books. Wait, hold on. It wasn't me. Wait, what's happening? She meant me, not Sock. I'm so confused. I don't know. Well, as long as you guys know what you're talking about, that's what matters. So this is one option, the characters. The other option is cover models. And I was thinking it would be fun to even include contemporary covers. I see so many gorgeous models on contemporary covers on Instagram. So that would be a fun option and a way to bring in, well, this one has the opportunity for contemporary romance, for example, as well. It doesn't have to be historical by any means. And then this as well. The contemporary would be obviously contemporary, but then we've also got covers that have the historical Western vibes, historical romance covers that cover England, and then historical romance covers for Highlander, Viking, Egypt, etc. And I thought that might be fun. And we're referring to not just the covers, but the hero on the cover. It could also be the step back. But I thought that would be fun if we did this and we had everybody go head to head and we would see what the ultimate one was. Now, the other neat thing is, based on the votes over the weekend, on Monday when we have our next live show, because yes, the next live show is Monday, I will be announcing whether we've chosen cover models or characters. And then in the Discord, you can let me know your suggestions, and we will use those in creating our brackets. So I think it's going to be so much fun. Now, if you don't want to get on Discord, feel free to message me on Instagram, or you can email me right here. And this is all in my description box as well. You can contact me. And you can even just make a comment in one of my videos and say, hey, or on this live show, just say, hey, I would like to suggest so-and-so. So, and I will make a list of everything. I will keep everything in mind for those people that are not really wanting to get on Discord. Don't worry, you'll still get to participate. So what are we thinking about this? How are we feeling? Oh, who read Knockout with you? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was Terry. Yes, I meant Terry. I'm sorry, Terry. It sucked. I knew it. Yes, I know it's Terry. I'm sorry. Buddy reading Knockout. I'm so sorry. This is me live. This is what I'm so sorry. I know that who Terry is, and I know who Sock is. I'm so sorry. So Kristen thinks cover models is the one. Oh, whereas Sock, who is not Terry, says, I prefer option one. I feel like there's more range, and I'll be looking at the bracket for recommendations. Right? That would be fun. It'll be like smash or pass. Yes, exactly. How many brackets do you have to fill? That I feel like we will figure out as we go based on numbers of suggestions. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to say until I see how many people are suggesting things, if that makes sense. I figure it's going to come. We'll figure it out. I like the characters. Yeah, so we're already seeing people that are interested in both. I'm definitely going to yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in the poll over the weekend. I think it's going to be fun to see what we wind up doing. So, March Madness starts with 64. This layout is 64. Thank you. We'll see. I don't know that we'll have 64. And if we don't, that's absolutely fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. We'll make it work. It'll be great. So yes, but I'm really excited. I think it'll be fun on Valentine's Day to have our book boyfriend extraordinaire win. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's see. So I am thinking, I think at least for now, I have a couple other things that I wanted to share with you. I was thinking maybe we would do another sprint, but I'm not sure we'll have time because I want to talk to you guys and see what you're doing this weekend, all that good stuff. But another thing I wanted to share with you, I don't have a problem finding 64, says Terry. I'm sure you don't. Terry's amazing. Terry is amazing. I love it. So I wanted to share with you some book mail that I got. I know, Terry, you're so funny, I tell you. So this is from Lauren Smith. And you may remember her as being the author we had on our show. She might have been the first author for Tea and Biscuits for The Wicked. Oh my gosh. I'm having a brain. What is it? A Week to Be Wicked? That's not it. Oh my gosh. Someone tell me. Lauren Smith's book that we did in October for Tea and Biscuits. Oh my gosh, it's going to drive me crazy. It was the pirate book. No Rest for the Wicked. Thank you, Violet. What would I do without you guys? Truly. No Rest for the Wicked. No, our second. Yes, thank you. That's right. No Rest for the Wicked. You're right. So the first book I do remember was Scarlett Scott, but we didn't have her on. But we did have on Lauren. Lauren Smith was our first guest author. So yeah, that's what I remember about. But so I joined her Patreon because I was so impressed by her work. I mean, oh my heavens, and the way that she portrays women and relationships and respect for women. I just really wanted to support her. And good night. This is a hardback. Is this really part of the Patreon? Oh my heavens, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've been hearing so many things about this. Is this really part of the Patreon? Oh my gosh. Guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is Lauren Smith. I need to talk to you. I tell you. Yes, thank you, Terry. Yes, the September. I know. Yes. It is a gothic. Purplish cover, right? We love it. We love it. Yes, this is gothic. I believe this is a rewrite too. Oh my gosh, guys, look at the back. It's like the bluff and that we see the cliff. Oh my goodness. This is gorgeous. Now, okay, let's take a look at this. What do we have going on here? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Take the dust jacket off. We've got even more. I'm trying to see the difference. You can see a little more of the trees on the front. Oh my heavens. This is amazing. Very ominous. I can't speak today. I tell you. Right, Kamal? I know. Meant first, not for. Oh, found out last night my Frank Yerby book is his for published story. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. Oh, I know. It's gorgeous, but how do you insure a house like that? Suck. You crack me up. Then, okay, we're going to look inside. There's the end paper. There's nothing going on. But then we've got another, it's color. Okay. Look. Oh my gosh. What? I was sort of hoping, and look at all the different font. Like this looks like it's been typed. And it says research notation. And then we've got handwritten. This is really neat. Guys, look at this. I had heard she'd done a special new reprint of this book, but holy cow, that was all before the prologue. I'm losing my mind right now. There's more on the... I don't want to accidentally read the end. I'm so excited. Oh! I'm so excited. This is incredible. This was for Patreon? Good night. I've gotten a couple books from her Patreon, but they were all smaller. Not that I'm complaining, but they were smaller paperbacks. So this is just amazing. I'm losing my mind over this. This is incredible. Okay, I won't read it to you as much as I want to. I love it. I see housing code violations. So this was an Entangled book, and she got the rights back and is re-releasing it. I hope more authors do stuff like this. Yes, thank you, Violet, for that background. I had no idea this was going to be in the package. I had no idea. So exciting. So exciting. So we are coming to near to the end of our show already. I can't believe it. You can get a mortgage for that. So what is everybody planning for this weekend? Do share if you would like to. For us, I think we're going to be reorganizing the basement because it really, really needs it. And my middle son has a bunch of classes that he wants to take. But other than that, I wanted to let you guys know while we're chit-chatting about what we're doing, to let you know, Google Doc. I really want to celebrate everybody's birthdays as, as they come, whenever we do a live show near someone's birthday, I would love to just celebrate you. So it's on the Discord, but also I have a link to the Google Doc in my description box for those of you that are not Discord fans. So you can still include your birthday. I would love to have you do that so we can recognize you and celebrate you on your birthday. Also on Monday, when we have our next live show, we are going to have special guest historical romance author Andrea Janelle on. I'm really excited to sit down with her. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll also be talking about releases coming out on January 28th. We're going to be celebrating our first community birthday, as well as a big announcement for something that's going to be wonderful in terms of like a sales and deals, if you will. We'll be announcing that on Monday as well. So lots of fun in store for next week with the live show. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's see what we've got here. Did the Valentine's Day tree time for the smaller tree, which is going from the Christmas tree to food tree? No actual food, just food and food related ornaments. Oh, you did the Valentine's Day tree. Yes, I saw the pictures of that. That looks super cute. I want to have a Valentine's Day tree in my house. That would be so adorable. Kamal's not doing much, reading errands, lunch with friends, watching TV. That's it. That sounds lovely. That sounds like perfection. Kamal, I got a job. Yay! I'm in the middle of packing because I'm moving next week. Oh my gosh, Violet. Wow. Good luck with that. I hope it's not too draining. I hope that it goes really well. Oh my heavens. That's very exciting. Yay. New chapters. We love new chapters. I love it. Congrats. I'm treating myself to the bookstore tomorrow afternoon. Oh boy, that is going to be so much fun. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Violet. That is fantastic. I just love that. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up. I'm really looking forward to the live show with our members on Sunday. As I may have mentioned already, you get to, for those of you that are channel members, you get to decide whether you want to be on stage or off in the chat. It's totally up to you. We will see you at that point. Oh, working all weekend, Sarah. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear that, but hopefully it's good work and maybe you can get a rest in when you can. Deborah, I'm going to be doing the post mom was sick cleaning. Oh, goodness gracious. Poor Deborah. I'm so sorry. Yes, we are so excited for you, Violet, truly. Okie dokie. Oh, there we are. my little alerts to go start moving. Well, this was lovely. I'm so thankful that you guys could join us today. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. And yeah, I think this was great. I really liked chatting with Nicki Pascerella. Thank you guys for sitting down with us to do that and your lovely comments and questions. I know that meant the world to her. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and wrap up and have a great weekend. I never know how to close these. Always like, and this and that and goodbye and da 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 da. See, Terry's got it right. Have a nice weekend, ladies. That's a good thing to say. Yes. Everyone have a lovely weekend. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. And if, and the poll. I'm going to get that poll up. I think I can do it right now. I'm really excited to see what happens. So that's going to be really fun. Looking forward to talking more about that. We'll announce on Monday whether the book boyfriends are characters within books or gentleman models on the covers. So we shall see. Hope everyone has a lovely weekend. That's right, Deborah. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we will close and I will see you guys on either Sunday or Monday. Take care. Thanks again.